out into the 653. I mean, but now it could be the 969 because the home phones changed. But 653 has always meant Jigo, and we're heading out to Chalan Ramirez, where our friend Moneca de Oro with the Micronesia Climate Change Alliance is standing by an illegal dump site. Good morning.
Hi,
Good
Maniaka.
morning, everybody. Jason,
Good morning.
Sabrina, Chris.
I'm sorry. I just want to first apologize on behalf of my people who are dumping their trash, and now you guys got to go and do your part. But you know what? I was thinking about it. Let's flip this negative into a positive and use it as a way to promote responsible environmentalism and climate change awareness. Right?
Well, definitely. And we're so excited to partner with KUAM to discuss the issue of the waste crisis a little bit more in depth over the next couple of weeks. Our host, Cami Agarola, and my sister, Francesca Dioro, really are going to do a deep dive into the waste issue with our series called From Our Nanas for Our Nennies. And the illegal dumping issue is just one part of a huge system and a huge story that our people don't even really know the surface level of. So really getting deep in, we did about 18 interviews from people all over Micronesia to understand the waste crisis that not just Guam's facing, but the entire Pacific and really the entire world. This isn't an issue that's unique to our island. The trash issues are worldwide, and we just have to come together because we're smart enough. We have enough people and we have enough manpower. We really do need to figure this stuff out because we can't keep doing this.
Yeah, we do, right? And I know that you guys adopted there's a bus stop there that you guys had adopted, and I mean, we got away from it too. The whole pandemic went by, and I don't think we only went out a couple times, and that was for pandemic related stuff. So I was kind of hurt because you go out and you think, during this pandemic, a lot of us were able to just kind of inventory what's important, what's not, you know what I mean? Prioritize things. And I just didn't think that dumping trash in the jungle was still a priority for a lot of people. So when we went out there the other day, I was just so pissed, like, God. So I can't imagine how you guys feel. I mean, you don't really look angry, though.
No, it was a beautiful drive over here. I live all the way in Talipopo, and the full moon was up, and it's still, even though we are coming to such a messy place, it's still such a beautiful island. We just need to all be doing our part to be taking better care of it because she doesn't deserve, our island does not deserve this.
Exactly.
And it's a shame because even the first time that we cleaned this bus stop, I remember it was like a week or two later, somebody sent me pictures and it was trashed again. And I just think, I know so many people across the island do their part and they help for cleanups and whatnot, but I wonder often how much are we enabling people to keep dumping if residents are just going to kind of keep coming out here and cleaning up the waste? We need some sort of long-term sustainable solution for areas like Zero Down, where people are living in poverty and they need access to trash, or else things like this happen.
Yeah, that's we're doing this segment, Dirty Politics, and that's kind of like what we also go into is what can we do from like the policy standpoint, because and I feel like everyone's gotten comfortable with people like MCCA and just all the groups that go out here and do these cleanups. Because you're right. I mean, at the end of the day, they make a mess, but the people who are making these messes aren't the ones who are cleaning it up. They're not.
Definitely. And you talked a little bit about the fines earlier. I don't know anyone who's been fined for littering or fined for illegal dumping. I think we do need to make that more of a wide known thing and make an example of people. I definitely feel you on the cutting off of people's hands, but even though I know that would never happen, it is really important to find other ways too, maybe positive reinforcement and giving some people a reason, maybe cash incentives or some other incentives from local businesses, where if they keep places clean, they keep areas clean, they can avail themselves of some funds or some resources that we know that these cash-strapped communities really need. So there's definitely things that if we come together as a community and really find new ways to address this issue, because this is an issue that has been going on for forever.
Right.
And like you said, like, what do we need to do? What is the EPA doing? What is law enforcement doing?
What are policymakers doing?
Mm-hmm.
We need something long-term and sustainable, especially because all the climate crisis is becoming increasingly more urgent. So is the plastic crisis. We are now, we have to think of our future generations and our the future of our island here and how we're really going to make a change. Talking about it over and over. I feel like I've talked about illegal dumping until I was out of breath, basically. And we need to just come to get, like, what is a long-term, sustainable, final solution to this?
Right. And
Definitely.
Maneka, for you, aren't you a member of the Guam EPA board?
I'm just now I haven't been for over a year now. I was off the board and then awaiting reconfirmation. So I should be reconfirmed for the next April meeting. And definitely when I was sitting on the board, I asked a lot of hard questions to people like Conchita and St. Glenn and to Walter about what is being done and who's being fined. And like I knew a bunch of biologists who were willing to use their cameras for projects that have passed and be putting them up at illegal dump sites to catch people who are doing this. So it's one of my missions when I return to the EPA board to really put some pressure on the EPA and to find some ways that we as the board of EPA can be a lot more proactive in this illegal dumping situation.
You know, when we were out there last week for our Link on Location shoot, we did have Guam EPA with us. And I got to say, though, you know, it looks like they need more people.
Yeah,
over
they got
there.
like one guy.
Yeah, Glenn has for the entire solid waste issue, there's 3 people of the island taking care of that. It should not be 3 people's responsibility to take care of our entire island. It really needs to be a cultural shift that we're all just being a lot more mindful of the waste we create and the way that we consume things. Everything that's here is like beer and diapers. These babies are drinking so much beer. I don't know what the issue is. Like,
I mean, we shouldn't be laughing, but it's terrible. You know, can't believe it. Did you guys go further down the road, or just? Did you guys go further down the road, or are you guys just cleaning in that particular area?
Like I was saying, a mile in both directions. It's really bad. We're just gonna stay around here. Next week, we're coming back out with a lot more volunteers. We're having a little bit more of a coordinated effort next week with the mayor's office. And we're going to be able to do a little bit more. We're only scratching the surface today. Right. We already had a whole dumpster filled up with Mr. Rubbish Man dumpster, who was just passing by, decided to stop by and take take the trash we already collected. We filled up all the bags we brought already, and that was only maybe like after cleaning up for 20 minutes.
Yeah. So wait, a Mr. Rubbish Man, a dumpster driver was just driving by and he saw you guys?
Yeah, so he took our entire first load.
Wow.
He services an area, I guess a home or an area nearby.
Right.
And then stopped by and took our load and actually helped us pick up trash. I wish I got his name. Special thanks to Wahan Waste Control for that.
Wanyeka, you know what? One of the things that and I always bring this up because I did we did cruising with Lieutenant Governor Josh, and the whole, I mean, like 90% of the talk was all about illegal dumping. God, this was like 3 years ago, or 2. It was like when they just got in office, I think.
2.
Yeah. So anyway, one of the big ideas that they had, I mean, it's just a simple fix, really. I don't know why we don't do it. Is for the government to put a dumpster out. Like if they put a big dumpster out over here on Chalan Ramirez and said, "Okay, guys, we know you're breaking the law. We're in over our heads on this. Throw your trash in here. We'll have it out here like 2 days a week, right?" And the government just eats the cost. Is that something?
Yeah, that's one really great idea. Or even governments can help to sponsor areas and sponsor dumpsters. There's so much that can be done so that we all like pitch in together to. Yeah, like Michelle was saying, have longer term, bigger solutions than people just this Band-Aid situation where people dump and then people come out once every so often to clean up after these people who are dumping. It cannot keep happening.
Well, what kind of trash are you seeing out there? I know we said beer cans and diapers.
There's lots of tires. We have a computer, chair, lots of household. You could just tell that it's household waste. McDonald's, but mostly I would say mostly beer cans and just a lot of diapers.
And then when you get further down, you start hitting like the abandoned vehicles and the refrigerators and the white goods and
Toilet bowls.
And we saw couches and bed frames. This whole household.
And the other part of this is this sits over the northern aquifer.
Yeah.
Definitely. We really there's so much that's really alarming and concerning when it comes to the future of our water source and illegal dumping, and also this area doesn't have they're not hooked up to sewage, so a lot of them are using septic tanks are no longer available here, so a lot of them still have porta potties in this area, and that's a huge environmental issue when you think about all the sewage that might be leaching into our aquifer from this area.
You mentioned you guys are going to be there next week again?
Yes, we'll be here from 6 to 9 next week on April 10th, right? April 10th with the Yigo Mayor's office.
Okay. So for people who are watching, if they want to help volunteer, it's okay if they come on out.
Yeah. Please go out. Definitely.
How many volunteers did you guys have today?
There's 6 of us today.
But this is just something you guys just showed up, right? It wasn't, you didn't like really announce it or anything.
No, we didn't really announce it. We have been wanting to come back out here. You know, we're still dealing with COVID too, so we're not wanting to have a large, huge gathering. We also, we just found a bag of clothes. And this was like the 3rd or 4th bag of clothes. I'm not too sure if people are
somebody was supposed to donate
anymore.
that probably, and they just got lazy.
Well, I don't even know if places are taking donations. I know I tried to donate to Salvation Army, and they weren't accepting at the moment.
Yeah.
I could just imagine when you guys showed up, because, like how overwhelming and then that pissed off, feeling.
It's like the 7 stages of illegal dumping.
Well, we certainly thank you for everything y'all are doing out there. I mean, that's a lot of hard work, and I hate to say it, but when you go back next week, I'm really hoping that it's not going to be, trashed again. But,
yeah, we're probably only going to get to one side of the road today. And we can send you some photos from the cleanup from next week too.
Right on.
If you want an update on the story.
Definitely love the partnership that we have with you guys at MCCA, and really looking forward to these segments. And I just got to say, it's cool to have these young voices out here pushing this. It's an important narrative.
Yeah, right. with you, Tammy, your sister, and everybody else over there with MCCA.
Thank you, Monica.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No worries.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. So frustrating.
Yeah. We have a lot of comments here. Peter writes, it's mainly people that are not from the area who would dump trash on private and government property. Aaron Redoble says, put CCTV and find those illegal dumpers. Gmar writes, I know some village mayors will pick up your trash. If you can't dump it, just call your mayor. You're right. And that's something that when we interviewed the Yigo mayor, he said, hey, if you can't dump your trash, please do call the mayor's office. Are there any recycling companies in Guam? Yeah, it's tough because China's not accepting